Raleigh SuperCon, are you all set? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage cast members of RWBY. Oh, give it up for Barbara Dunkelman. Cara Eberly.
I wasn't expecting myself to do that, those guys, I guess.
Aaron Zick.
Hi.
And last but not least, my partner last night in our main costume contest, Miss Lindsay Jones.
We were not expecting that order to be called out, and I was like, oh, it's me.
Not used to being first.
No, never.
It's not called Team Yubi.
Yubi.
Ooh,
It should be.
This is going to be a fun hour, isn't it? All right. So ladies, just wanted to, so that everybody else can know if they don't know this story already, I wanted like each of you to kind of tell the audience how you got involved with RWBY.
Oh, no.
And,
Sorry, guys, my semblance went off, causing chaos already.
Okay.
Watered down.
You start.
I know, oh, God.
This
Well,
is
that
going to be
mess
a
is being cleaned up.
watered down
I'll describe the
panel.
mess of my career. Hi, I'm Lindsay Jones. I voice Ruby Rose in RWBY. Thank you. I voiced Space Kid in Camp Camp and Vanessa Kimball in Red vs. Blue. Thank you, thank you.
Secure me.
We kind of have an interesting start at the company. RWBY is the first time that I was able to do any form of voice acting. I actually started as the company as an editor in the live action department, and now I work in the video gaming department called Achievement Hunter.
Hi guys, sorry, my voice is pretty bad after talking all weekend. I talk so much. I'm sorry, so I'll try to answer as many questions as I can, but
If you talk lower, it might help.
if I talk lower, it might help. I'm such a high-pitched voice, though. But hi, I'm Kara. I voice me and Ruby. Sorry.
Weiss is going through puberty right now.
Apparently, it happened later for her.
Of course it did. But I did get my start. I was a receptionist at Rooster Teeth way back in 2011. And Monty just kind of stopped by my desk and said he had an idea for a show, similar to Lindsay. I'd never done voice acting before. And I was like, I've never done that before. And he said, well, try it. And, here we are. So thanks. And oh my goodness.
I heard that.
Thank you guys.
Hi, I don't remember the question. I'm Aaron Zeck. I still don't, but yeah, I kind of figured. So I've started this really well. Okay, hello, I'm Aaron Zeck. I played Blake Belladonna. Thanks. Cheers, y'all. I've always done like theater and singing and that kind of thing. I went to school for it and all of that. All the above. But basically, Monty was like, yo, I want you to play this character. And then I did it. Ta-da!
Sometimes it's just that easy.
It is. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Again, similar to the other ladies. Well, I'm Barbara. I play Yang in RWBY. Thank you.
That sounded bigger than Blake's, and I'm a little upset.
The cheers are correlated to the size of their chest, so Yang gets the biggest applause.
Nobody cheered for me.
Well done.
It's similar to the other ladies. Monty had the idea for the show RWBY, and he knew all of us personally, and I guess the characters that he was creating were slightly inspired by each of us in a way. And I remember he approached me one day. I didn't even know he had an idea for an anime or if he was even working on a new show at all. This was still during Red vs. Blue, but he came up to me and he's like, hey, how would you feel about playing a badass Goldilocks in a show that I'm working on? And I was like, sure. I don't know what that is, but that sounds amazing. So that's who Yang's based off of, by the way, is Goldilocks, in case anybody didn't know.
Darius, you forgot to introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I also play Nerys in Camp Camp.
And Jensen in Red vs. Blue, Orph in X-Ray and Vav, and I also play Cosmos in Fairy Tale, which a lot of people are discovering for the first time at this convention.
You're in Red vs. Blue too, right?
I am. I'm Vanessa Kimball, leader of the New Republic.
Yeah.
Hello.
And I'm Dr. Gray.
All right, ladies, thank you for letting us know about all of that. I think we're going to open up some questions. Okay.
I can't figure
Let's
out
do
how
it
to
now.
see it. Does anyone know how to sit in these chairs?
You're sitting very cat-like, and I feel like that's appropriate.
But I don't know if you can like.
I know. I usually sit like.
Makes me uncomfortable, you know.
I don't think that's
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
It's not working.
Oh, I was also a computer in Red
Story of my
versus
life.
You have broken it. Good job.
Useless piece of information.
Testing.
And you
one,
fixed
two.
it.
Sweet stash, brah.
Hello.
Thank you. All right, my question for you is, what was it like working with Monty Oum?
It's amazing. I mean, the best way that I could sum it up is he was able to find creativity in anything. Anything he looked at, he could be like, okay, this will somehow become a new project. And that's honestly why he loved cosplay so much and had cosplayers in mind when he created the RWBY characters. He made sure that anyone who could cosplay a RWBY character would be able to hold all their items, and it would be functional, and it's all pieces that you can either purchase online or make yourself. Along with that, just finding creativity where a lot of people wouldn't see it is he was able to see potential in people often when they couldn't see it themselves, and that absolutely goes for us too.
Yeah, just piggybacking off of that for sure. As far as like, I remember, he would always say, how are you doing? Like, no, how are you doing? He really cared about like everyone genuinely, and he'd always say, don't be the. I found him very inspirational and motivational as far as like work goes and your career wise goes. Because he'd always say, don't try to be the best at something. Try to be the best, like the best care that you can be, and that's all that you can do. So I just always take that with me to heart.
I've got nothing else to add to that.
It was amazing getting to know Monty as a person, but it was also very inspirational and intimidating working with him because he is such a creative force, and his ability to create these worlds and these characters and do so many things by himself, create these amazing fight choreographies. It was just incredible to see, and he had more work ethic and skill than pretty much anyone I've ever met before. So it was an honor getting to know him and to have him in our life.
He's a fascinating man.
Oh, no,
oh yeah, the candy thing.
That's right.
Nice. Well, alrighty then.
Don't forget to brush your teeth after. Cavities are no joke.
4 out of 5 dentists.
Hello, my name is Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
I would like to ask you guys, because your character voices are so different from your actual voices, where do you pull the...
Really?
Yeah, okay.
Go on.
Or I've noticed, sorry. Where do you pull that inspiration from to turn your voice into the voice of the character?
For me, I like messing around with voices anyways, and I was always the weirdo who's just like, did silly voices, and I loved anime since I was in 7th grade. So I was really looked up to a lot of voice actors like that. I used to go to conventions and meet people like Chris Sabat and Johnny Young Bosch. So, oh yeah, shout out. For things like RWBY and Space Kid with Camp Camp, they're younger characters. So I was like, okay, it's really silly, but I used to do like an impression of myself as a kid. I was a chubby little kid and I loved cats. So if I was making fun of myself, I'd always go, "Oh, kitty, oh, I'm fat." So, you modify that a little bit, make it more effeminate and kind of a little bit more hyper, and it becomes RWBY. Oh, that's exciting, nice. And then, if you tone it down a little bit and kind of give it more of a nasal, it becomes Space Kid. He's just hanging out. Kitty.
I can't keep talking.
Oh, you're good.
I'm skipping for this one.
Okay.
I can fill in for Kara. I do know the story behind how she found Weiss. She told me that for voicing the character, she really wanted to make sure it wasn't too like Valley Girl-esque, because Kara also comes from Dallas, and anyone who's around that area knows that some people are a little bit hoity-toity. Shout out, one person, thank you. But that was the really cool part, is she knows that Weiss is very educated. There you go. You got Speed Racer going, I dig. She's very proper and in control, but at the same time, she's raised in a very fancy family, so she's got a little bit of that blend of Valley Girl mixed with well-educated and intelligent. Bam.
Ta-da!
Thank you. You get rewarded.
Was the question how we found the characters?
Yeah, or your voice.
Well, oh yeah. Blake was really difficult to figure out in the beginning because she is such a monotone sort of, well, not monotone, she is such a low register of a character. And I'd always done like theater or musicals or TV stuff. So having to do voice acting, you don't really realize that most of what you portray whenever you're talking to someone is done in your face. So whenever I had to do this really like low-key character, I was doing what would sound normal, but it didn't sound normal. So I had to do that over and over again. I think I recorded it like 3 times before we figured out like where she was. But now it's kind of the writing, I feel, that where I find Blake, because her voice is pretty similar to mine. But if you give me a Blake line, it'll sound like her already. Like there's a cadence to her voice.
Brothers of the White Fang, why are you aiding this scum?
Wow!
I'm a victim!
We'll just do the whole show for y'all up here. Oh God, I was kidding. 'Twas a joke. And Dr. Gray is just insane, and I love her so much. But sometimes she comes down here. Oh my God, that's the first time I've ever been able to like do Dr. Gray just on the fly.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, Dr. Gray was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to base her off of Tiny Tina from Borderlands. Because she's got that like super high, and then she's really creepy. And yeah, that's her. Otherwise, Watson. Oh yeah, I voiced my dog once. Or one of my dogs.
And that's just a little tiny thing that goes down here. Woof, woof.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
So a lot of people, when they meet me, are surprised I play Yang. They're like, man, you don't sound like her at all. Do the voice. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, that question. Do the voice! Dance, monkey, dance!
I always love when people are like, oh, could you say something as Yang? And I was like, you mean the whole conversation I've just been having with you the entire time?
I get so nervous when people ask me to do the voice. I'm like, I can't, sorry, shut down.
But yeah, I tried a couple different voices when I first auditioned. For some reason, again, when we think of voice acting, you think for some reason you have to change your voice for it to be voice acting, because you're thinking, oh, I need to do a voice. So I originally auditioned for Yang in a much higher pitch, and Miles and Kara were both like, oh, just do it in your normal voice, actually, and they ended up liking that. So it's not too difficult to find her. I just start talking.
What I will say is the same thing as what Aaron said, too. There is a definite cadence. Like, I can hear the difference between Barbara and Yang. You get into the mode.
It's a lot more exciting.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Yang. Let's fight.
Oh, wow, that was good. You should do that.
That's a Ruby Chibi line.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. I think it's Y who's
Mine's like, really, guys?
Has an impression of like each of the characters, and she's like, I'm the Yang. Let's fight. It's a great day.
Great.
Thank you guys very much.
I seriously don't know how to put my body on these things.
You're good.
Oh.
I'm really happy I didn't wear a skirt today.
That's a good one.
My question
I'm so glad I sit next to you today.
My question is for Blake. What's your favorite thing about your character?
I like that, well, okay, there's a few things. We could be here for a while. She's starting to approach her problems in a more healthy way, and I think I'm very proud of her for that, because she did in the beginning just sort of compartmentalize and try to just escape and erase and pretend like nothing happened, and she thought that would be a good way to just move on, and that's not how that works. So in Volume 5, we're going to talk about Volume 5. If you've come here not thinking we were, then sorry. So she had to go home and sort her stuff out with her parents and figure out her place with the White Fang and all of her issues with that. And I was just very proud of her for approaching her past and her internal struggles in a healthier way. And now she has someone to apologize to for doing so.
I'm not going to say who.
And now she's got to deal with what she left behind again.
Thank you. Cool.
Thank you.
He's giving away Tootsie Pops, if anyone's wondering.
Are they? Bruh.
All right.
Hello.
Well, my question's for Lindsay. Given the end of Volume 5 and Cinder being DED dead now, who do you think her maiden powers would have gone to?
Oh, boy.
Wait, what?
So, one, the question, well, I don't know if you mind repeating it just a little bit louder, so.
That's fine, yeah. With how Volume 5 ended and Cinder being DED dead,
she fell.
The maiden powers.
I was gonna say first.
Really? Nothing?
Also, Aaron realized that this weekend.
I realized yesterday that Cinder fell.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
I will say, first rule of anime and really any narrative show is they ain't dead till you see a body.
Ew.
So,
Except for
that's all I
maybe
gotta
Kira.
say about that. And
Just
other
kidding.
than that,
Who knows?
we recorded most of Volume 6, and we can't say anything about it because we'll get fired. Okay, see you this October. Thank you.
So just have patience. In the meantime, put that in your mouth.
Also, just as a heads up, we're not answering any spoiler questions for upcoming episodes or seasons, so don't ask stuff like that because we can't answer it. All right, then you're gonna waste your question.
You wasted someone's spot.
How dare you?
Hi.
Hey, young lady.
You look amazing.
Thank you. All right, I'm sorry.
It's a little tall for you, hey?
I'm sorry. All right, sorry, one quick breath. Okay, so if the Ruby crew or like within Team Ruby, Juniper, teachers, whatever, if they were in the Rooster Teeth / Let's Play family, what would they be doing? Or vice versa, what would you guys be doing with the World of Revenant?
Well, I mean, Professor Port's been an achievement hunter longer than I have, so done. Also, Sun is there too. That's pretty cool. I married that guy. That's weird.
Wait a minute.
Red Sun confirmed. Next.
Black Ocean. Sorry, that was too much.
If someone working at RT was in a member or like a department of RT, where would they be?
Oh, if Weiss was in a department?
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like
goodness.
Weiss would be the receptionist, I guess.
I
yeah.
feel like she I don't think she would like doing things for other people, though. That's the whole thing. I think she would be like costume designer or makeup, or maybe I feel like she'd do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh gosh, Blake would probably be like the books keeper or something, in like the accounting. No, that's so boring.
And Blake is so exciting.
Here's the thing. I don't. What? What'd you say?
Nothing. You can't hear me. I can't say anything.
We got it on video.
Yeah, I'll watch it back later. I don't think she'd be a leader of anything in Achievement Hunter. It's too much, y'all. This is too much. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she'd
like
work in broadcast.
coordinator,
like an artist or something.
She'd be an editor.
She's not creative. Are you kidding me?
I'm going to answer your alternate question. If we were in the Ruby universe, I think I can't do anything cool, so I think I would just be one of the shadow people. Just kind of in the background observing everything cool happening around me.
I'd probably try to date Neptune.
Cool. Here, have a red one.
Thank you.
Or Ilya.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd date Ilya.
Greetings.
Hello.
Okay, my general question is this. Considering how prolific and important Dust is to the actual lore of Ruby as a whole, what's your opinion on how it's utilized, and do you think it could be utilized a lot better in overall combat, especially for Weiss?
Well, we can't really be sure if it's not being utilized in other ways.
Yeah,
we just see what
exactly.
we see. Because we are focused on a very central group of people. And like the hunters and huntresses kind of thing. So it very well could be used in like factories for other other things or that kind of thing.
As far as combat goes, I mean, you're absolutely right. You've already seen a lot of what we use it for. I mean, clearly, Ruby has different shell casings that have different dust elements that allow her to have elemental attacks, and that's one of the biggest things that happens. I think it's in Volume 3, maybe 2, when
using them
exactly. You guys hand it off to Gamble Shroud, and it's like, okay, now we got these different shadow clones that Blake is leaving behind, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Ice Blake. He used that in Ruby Chibi.
I feel like Yang would just take something and go, pah, and then run away.
And then someone would be blinded. dust in
You
my
mean pocket
eyes.
sand?
That happened at
Pocket
episode
sand.
1.
Pocket sand. Did we just Hank Hill this?
Yeah, we did.
Pocket sand. That makes me so happy.
Weiss would not be happy with that one. And it
You mean
reminds me of
something like this?
episode
Wow.
That one's mine. And it's blue.
We're gonna get to someone and there's gonna be no candy left and you're just gonna be chewing on that one.
Hi.
Hello.
I'll laugh.
Hi. So my question is, what has been the best experience you've had working on the show, whether it be something that happens while you're recording or perhaps a con experience?
This moment right here, right now with you.
I could answer that one a little bit quickly. I think the first time we all saw episode 1 premiere at RTX when we were all behind stage, I think we all almost started crying. We all did. It was such an amazing moment for we heard the people that were out there. We're like, oh, they're actually that many
We were
people.
Backstage watching people watch the episode and we were just like, oh my God.
It was the most exciting, crazy experience. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to name one specific one because same thing. It's oh my gosh, we've been doing this for almost 6 years now. And every time we get to come to conventions and meet everyone who loves the show and we get to read comments online or see fan art and see the cosplays, it's surreal. As far as recording, one of my favorite experiences will always be recording Volume 1, Episode 8, which is where they're in the Emerald Forest. And Team Juniper and Team Ruby are fighting together. And with the help of Weiss, the badass teammate, Ruby is able to run off the side of a cliff and decapitate an Evermore, a total...
That's really cool.
Teamwork.
So I was recording that at the old building, and the way that we had our booth set up was that the booth was right next to the bathroom, and then right next to the administration part of our building. So it's all these people quietly working and sending emails, they're on business calls, and everything is super rushed. There's tons of deadlines, don't mess with them. So I'm in the booth, and Carrie and Miles and Monty are like, hey, so she's gonna run up this cliff. Can you just scream for 20 seconds? 20 seconds of screaming.
You gotta sort it out. I've got a more general response to this. I went to Australia and met my boyfriend. I moved to Los Angeles. My entire life is different because I'm on this show. And so I have to thank y'all for letting me.
Thank you. Yeah, ditto on that big time. Whenever we get to come out to cons, it's unforgettable. Every experience we get where we meet someone who's cosplaying or has done fan art or writes us letters or gives us any sort of gifts that they've made or anything that made them think of Ruby that they wanted to give us. It's just extremely surreal that people would, the first RTX stands out for me, getting to show Ruby off for the first time. And it was complete what it would become. So that was
please
an incredible moment.
Like it.
So yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
So are you, boss.
I thought this flavor said blue, but it says blue raspberry. So that's good.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hello. I like your shirt.
Nice shirt.
Thank you. I can't remember who made it, but I heard that she's the worst.
Oh, she's the worst.
Can't confirm.
So I was wondering, without spoiling anything, what would you future?
I've mentioned this in other interviews before, but honestly,
I would love for Weiss to actually, she says that she's going to be a legacy to her family's name and uphold that. And I would love to see Papa Schnee, go to some place again and have her be with me again.
Oh my God, you're saying. I can't tell you how bad I want that.
Wink. Yeah, I think Yang had actually a really good arc this season and learned a lot and grew big time as a person. I like that we're still seeing the side of her that is experienced to grow and to get over abandonment issues. So I think that, especially when they come back into her life. So hopefully that'll happen. But we'll see.
I'm so nervous that if I keep doing this thing, I'm gonna get vertigo again. What? I'm just sit on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Candy. Eat the candy. It's pretty shocking. But I actually, the thing about that though is that I knew that was going to happen before I even started recording for Yang in Volume 1. If you actually, fun fact, look at the Yellow trailer, the quote at the beginning is talking about being unsymmetrical. But yeah, definitely seeing the reaction everyone had to that was pretty interesting and kind of fun.
was an aggressive response.
On that slapping note, obviously, I was pretty shocked. I knew Weiss and her dad had a rough, past in history, but I was a little bit shocked at that, just because I was like, oh my, like that's pretty, deep, and that's something, that it's really hard for her to deal with. So that definitely kind of shocked me a little bit, and then also her, losing her heiress title was obviously shocking. I was saying, I can't remember if I was 4 or 5, but I believe that was 4, right? Yeah. Okay, great.
Shocking for me. I mean, a lot of Volume 3 was, and Yang doesn't say "I love you" back. That was pretty shocking.
Yeah. I honestly wasn't expecting Blaine to have Good gracious.
New character.
Blake. New character. Yeah. Blake to have parents. When they were like, "Where's she going?" "Oh, she's going home." What?
Oh, she's just like a friggin' princess in her giant castle.
She's a freaking, she's just how she's privileged and stuff when you a freaking princess over here in your little fancy island. Check your privilege, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Wait for you. Hey, boss.
Hey. Thank you so much for coming to my hometown of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Did it for you.
My question for you is, after playing the characters for a while, have you ever done anything in real life that, like, kind of mimics your character?
I like to read.
Instinctively going into the Ruby voice, if I talk to like pets or babies, I'm always like,
oh, you're the cutest little thing. Oh my gosh.
But another. You're pretty socially awkward. I'm like, you got it, buddy.
Thing about me.
I can relate to Weiss just in the way that with the perfectionist part of always wanting to be perfect and stuff like that. I'm a lot nicer than Weiss in person. Obviously, I'd like to say I'm a little bit more like Ruby. Sometimes I'm very hyper, but I and someone will be like, "That is such a Weiss thing to say." And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, it came out a little bit." but
yeah, no, I would prefer to stay home and watch TV and do puzzles and stuff like that than go out and do anything else.
I'm like Yang in a lot of ways, but also very unlike Yang. Like, I don't really have a temper. If something pisses me off, I'm like, oh, that sucks.
That's very true.
Whatever. Younger brother and an older brother who I've had to be a big sister for sometimes because he's my brother. I feel like I'm that way also with my friends, and I'm very organized, and I always like to know what's going on, and
you make the decisions for us.
I make the decisions sometimes. So I think I've taken on a lot of those personality traits more and more over the years, but again, the characters were kind of inspired from us in a lot of ways, so I think that kind of already existed deep down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I keep yawning.
Thank you for accepting us here in Raleigh. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Woof. That's not what cats say.
Hello again, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. Ruby from yesterday.
Sure.
I'm going to ask a very quick question because I know you guys are pretty busy. But I was wondering, you guys going to do any live action performances in the future since you guys are so popular now with Ruby?
Ooh. I was on Lethal Weapon for a hot second. Is that what you mean?
Like your own show, for instance. Kind of like Red Dwarf, for instance. I think that'd be pretty cool, personally. Of course, then again, I am pretty cool.
I mean, there's been talk about like fan rumors of like, oh, what if I had a live action Ruby? I'm like, we're good, thank you. And if anything, let's cast someone else. Like,
I'll do it.
That would be so fun.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'll totally do it.
Yeah, if Chloe Grace Moritz is available to play Ruby, that'd be great. But as far as like live action stuff in general, yeah, I've got a couple of Achievement Hunter shows coming up that I can't say anything about, but you will see later this year.
You're breaking our hearts.
Yeah. No. I was on Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I mean, voice acting is acting, so I think we're like a lot of us are.
I'm getting real tired of that.
Yeah, I think there's this distinction between voice acting and acting where it's really one and the same. And I think a lot of us are very interested in doing on-camera stuff as well as doing more voice acting. So you could see me in Bloodfest in August coming out. So check that out. That's me in a horror film screaming a lot.
Woo!
So go see it.
Yeah, the amount of times that I've read stuff about how like voice acting isn't as hard as acting, when you can watch Destiny or play Destiny, sorry. And Peter Dinklage, he's a great actor. He's the crappiest voice actor I've ever heard in my entire life. So he was.
We're never getting Peter Dinklage on Ruby.
Yeah. Well, he was an awful voice actor.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
He's a wonderful actor. I think he's a great actor. But listening to him on Destiny, I just didn't believe it. So it's a little frustrating for some people, clearly me, that it's kind of take away from the amount of soul and effort that we put into the work that we do just because you can't see our faces. And it's kind of heartbreaking to have that taken away from me. And it's not like someone can take something away from me, but it's hard. It's just as hard.
Them face actors be taking our gerbs.
Take our gerbs. Taking our
Taking our gerbs.
Live action acting is hard as well. It's all hard.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't have that problem because I'm not an actor.
I feel so much better.
Man.
Well, whatever you are, we're glad to have you, boss. Thank you.
Thanks, man. All right, you ladies have a nice day, all right?
I just that little rant, I guess.
Thank you.
So, if you had to be cast as any other character...
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, there you go.
If you had to be cast as any other character in Ruby, who would it be?
Can I be Weiss?
I pick Ruby.
Just so I can make fun of her.
I'm rich, man.
I love that line. I want to be Ruby just so I can be hyper and nice and fun.
Trade.
Okay.
Volume 7.
All right. No one will know the difference.
I would be Neptune.
Oh, nice.
I really like Neptune.
I would definitely pick Nora because I just want to go.
Smash! I'll break his legs!
I love her.
Thanks. I've got so much anxiety about that Peter Dinklage thing now, so I'm like, sorry to Peter Dinklage. You're really
Peter
great.
Dinklage is in the room.
Nobody tell Peter Dinklage what I said.
What's up, little dude?
What are your guys' favorite animes?
Favorite animes?
Oh boy, do you have like a 3-hour wait time for this?
Ruby. Yeah.
I like a lot of anime. Some that are close to my heart. The first anime that I ever watched and the first manga I ever read was called Fushigi Yugi. It was one from the 90s. Shout out. Recently, I'm in the middle of My Hero Academia, which is awesome. I still can't decide who my favorite character is, but I really identify with Deku a lot because I feel like he's very much like Ruby too, where it's like, I will fight for my friends and cry the whole time.
Actually, I don't watch a whole lot of, I don't really have a lot of time to watch a lot of TV or much less like a lot of anime, but the one that I do want to start, because Lindsay was talking to me about this actually is My Hero Academia. I really want to get into that, and like, I've heard so much about it too that I really am like, I gotta figure out what all this is about.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, I'll check it out.
I used to watch Fooly Cooly back in the day. And I really enjoyed stuff like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Hunter x Hunter. And I really like Squid Girl. Nice. Oh, and, oh gosh, what is it called? Azumanga Daioh. Yeah.
I thought you said Split Girl, and I was like,
Girl?
what anime is that?
Oh. Hentai.
My favorite other than Ruby would definitely be Attack on Titan. It's the only anime I've watched all the way through. And it's awesome. I'm excited for season 3. And I guess I also didn't realize this was an anime when I was watching it as a kid because to me it was just a cartoon, but Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question, boss. Thank you. I'm a Star Blazers fan.
Hello.
Hello.
Jesus. Sorry. What's your favorite just voice impression to do just in general? Like, not just contained to Ruby, just when you do just whenever.
An impression?
Yeah, like.
Like if it's just a funny voice.
Like,
Oh, I got many.
It's not a good one, but sometimes I'll just like do it because I'm dumb, and especially like if I'm joking around with Michael, I'll just do like a Pee Wee Herman laugh.
Cinder.
There's no way I could do it now. I was like, this voice right now isn't the best, but you know.
I annoyingly impersonate Britney Spears, Shakira, Celine Dion.
Can confirm.
A bunch of them. And then I do this Sarah Palin accent back here.
She's great.
I just do accents and I sing like celebrities, and it's really annoying.
It's not
really
a
good at it,
voice,
though.
but it's a sound.
Oh, okay.
I could do a baby crying. Oh, yeah. And people hate it, so it makes me love it more.
Go on. office every time.
Do you do that on airplanes just to like annoy people behind you?
I should do it on an airplane.
Yeah, people would be so confused.
Okay, fine. Here. Take one.
Yes. Are you hiding a baby?
Do I get one if I do Britney Spears?
She's really good at that.
Crap.
Hit us, baby.
What's
One
up?
more time.
I think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends.
Boom, boom.
Gimme!
Make it rain.
There's a lot of them.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so what was your favorite season and why?
Ooh. I like when Yang got her arm cut off.
Yeah.
Who said that? That was weird. What a rude thing to say.
I know. I think for me, it's a tie between Volume 3 and Volume 5. Volume 3, I think everyone could agree that probably had the most drastic changes and extreme things happen, and it really did a 180 in terms of where RWBY was going. I think it was really exciting for all of us to get to experience that. And then Volume 5, I think, for personal reasons, I think Yang had a really great storyline. I loved the interactions with Raven and the whole like team reuniting, so it was really exciting for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed when Blake lit her house on fire. I love that she's like, the White Fang we did this. I did this. She didn't own up to it. She was like, we all did this. This was a group effort. You saw it. Yeah, no, I enjoyed her progress when like she was on the boat for a long time, and then she finally sorted her stuff out. So it's a very eloquent answer. Yeah, I enjoyed it when she went home.
I really liked Volume 4 for Weiss. Just as far as her development goes, I was super proud of her in the fundraiser episode when she told everyone to shut up, like in front of like her family and her father, and finally like stood up.
That was so cool.
I was so proud of her for that, and I think that's something that I won't forget. I just love that. And I think that was kind of like one of like the turning points for her of realizing, that I don't have to, listen to what they say. They're wrong, So. I really like that.
That was the coolest. I think Weiss's arcs is one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
So
Me too.
cool.
Because people realize that she's not just a biatch.
She's not a victim anymore.
She has feelings.
There you go. She's a real person.
For me, yeah, probably Volume 3. Obviously RWBY specifically goes through a lot of things and deals with a lot of loss. So not only as a character is it big development-wise, but as an actor, it was like taking the character to a place they'd never been to before. Specifically, like the line "Leave her alone." It was really cool because they were like, "Hey, you're gonna have to like express a lot of different emotions going on in 3 lines or 3 words. Go." And I was like, okay, cool. And I think that we nailed it. And, I think that was also the turning point where RWBY, clearly physically takes off by herself and really kind of embodies a team leader with now a new team. So that was pretty awesome.
Does anyone see this white knight back here?
Oh, nice, dude. Did you summon him?
Cool.
What? I can't talk, so something had to happen.
Magic.
They'll talk for you.
Dust.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Does that white knight have a name? Do we know? Did you just make something up?
Sir Schneelot.
Did someone just burp in the mic?
Sir Schneelot?
No.
Actually,
I thought it was you. I was like, that's a bold move, my man.
Can't prove it. Oh, crap, there's video evidence.
Hi.
Hi. I was wondering, obviously, we're going to be seeing Team RWBY like reconnect and really start to get to know one another again.
Obviously.
Well, with Blake finally coming back and all that.
So it's my fault
for bringing the team together.
Yeah. But there are a lot of characters outside of Team RWBY, or a lot of players in the game that are outside of Team RWBY. Who would you like to see become kind of more integrated with like each of your characters?
I think we should see more Jean.
I think Ren, personally.
Ren? Nice.
Ren, for sure.
Good choice. He kind of already is becoming an integral part of the group, but for me, Oscar, I really want to see where that relationship goes.
No, I'm serious, but Neptune when I'm serious.
I
think you have a real crush on Neptune.
I really do.
They're both scared of water.
How you doing, baby boy? The Neptune over there. Specification.
I really like Tai Yang. He's one of my favorite characters, and I would like to see him interact more with the girls.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll have to wait and see.
I will also say that I am a personal advocate for bring Neo and Torchwick back. So.
Yeah. Where is Neo gone? What is my hair doing? Hello.
Neo like Mary Poppins off.
She did. She did.
Again,
now she's in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
If you don't see someone die, are they really dead? Who knows?
Yeah. I don't
You
think
see a
she's
body.
died.
Now Rome
That's
got
true.
eaten
That's,
by something.
You
so
can get away with murder if there's no body.
All right, don't tell a room full of people that.
I watch a lot of
How did
Forensic
you know
Files. Sorry, I like crime
See what you
documentaries.
started? Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks.
Let's go. Thank you.
These are why I don't go on panels, and Barbara takes my place. Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, outside of what's shown in the show, if you could design your own semblance and Ruby weapon, what would each of you choose?
I'm gonna need a few days for this one.
Oh no, I thought
I would. My weapon would be a gun, and it would be a gun that when you shoot it, another gun comes out.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I'd be a robot mermaid faunus, and my tail would be my gun tail.
Interesting. Oh gosh.
That could form into like all kinds of stuff. I could be a snail. Like the
anyone
tail
have
would
shoe
turn into a
weapons?
robotic snail shell.
Oh, I don't think
so. I have a
so.
house
Mercury.
built in. Are you guys?
Yeah.
am I-
Yeah, Kara's thinking about like a shoe weapon. I
I
was
was
like,
like,
Mercury
cool,
does
she-
have shoe
Stilettos.
weapons.
That's what I was thinking. I was
The
like, what
twins.
if she had like the
The
stiletto?
twins already do it.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's
God, be
it's
original.
such a creative show.
I know, right?
I think it would be cool if like your jewelry, like any bracelets or anything like you wear, like if this could just
You
suddenly.
mean like gauntlets?
No, like all of a sudden it just you have like a bracelet. Well, maybe not a bracelet, like a ring, and all of a sudden it's just like okay, that looks like a gauntlet too. Darn it.
Well, you could be like Captain Planet.
Nice.
I
With our powers
guess.
combined,
We
summon the four maidens.
Maybe like a necklace?
Ooh, like ice cream.
Or a crown.
Winter.
Like an
summer.
ice cream gun. That would be fun.
Ice cream gun?
Shoots out the bottom of the cone.
That makes
Oh, that's
sense.
fall. Dang it.
Semblance-wise, I don't know. I'm a twisted person, so I feel like I would just want to control people's bowel movements if they're messing with me.
You'd have the brown note
like-
just on it, a recorder.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just say something insulting? Well, you just pooped yourself, so have a good day.
But you
I
just
gotta
couldn't
go.
tell them that you did it though.
Thank you.
As far as a weapon goes, though, something cat-related. Just all the
Hey.
cats. Yeah, what's up? We'll work together.
A cat that is also a gun.
Isn't that just, but that's just why.
Well, that's a dog.
Isn't
but
that
close
called a
enough.
catapult?
That was a catastrophe.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, the
You deserve a fruity.
Oh, give him a candy. Here you go. Yeah.
I didn't like
talking
those
about
colors.
Blake's and Yang's and Weiss's semblance choices.
Yes.
Thank
There
you.
go. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we are at time. I do apologize.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Oh,
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our guests.
Thank you.